So this lesson is going to be on integers and absolute value part 2. So this video is just going to focus on the absolute value part. We focus on the integer part in the last lesson. So we need to know what absolute value is. So absolute value is the distance the number is from 0 on a number line. The absolute value is always greater than or equal to 0. So they want to know how many units the point that's graphed is from 0. So it can be either in the negative direction or the positive direction. But your absolute value is never going to be negative because distance is always positive. If we think about a ruler, you don't see any negative numbers on a ruler. Distance is always positive or can equal 0. There's two examples I have on this picture. So they want to know what is the absolute value, so those straight slashes mean absolute value of -4. So if we graph -4 on the number line like they did, how many units is it from 0? It is 1, 2, 3, 4 units from 0. So the absolute value of -4 is a +4. Then if you look over here, they want to know what the absolute value of 5 is. So if you graph 5, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units from 0. So the absolute value of 5 is 5. So let's look at some more examples. Number 1 says, what is the absolute value of -3? So remember, absolute value is the distance from 3. So if I go ahead and graph that, -3 would be right here. How far is -3 from 0? It is 1, 2, 3 spaces from 0. So remember, distance is always positive. It's 3 away from 0. Now let's look at the second example. The absolute value of 9. So go ahead and graph 9. How far is that from 0? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it is 9 spots from 0. So remember, it's the distance from 0. It's always going to be positive. Whether it's in the negative direction or in the positive direction, your distance is always going to be positive. So another thing that they do with absolute value is that there's going to be adding and subtracting problems with absolute value in them. So it's pretty simple once you know how to find the absolute value, because once you find the absolute value, you can just add and subtract like normal. So make sure you write these steps down. So step 1, you're going to find the absolute value of each number. Once you find the absolute value, then you're going to complete the problem using the given operation. Okay, I'm not going to graph these ones. So we know the absolute value of -4 minus the absolute value of 3. So the absolute value of -4 is 4. Keep your subtraction sign. What is the absolute value of 3? Which is just 3. Once you have the absolute value, then you just do the normal subtraction. So 4 minus 3 gives you 1. In example 2, we have the absolute value of 18 minus the absolute value of -5. Again, we want to first find the absolute value of each number. So the absolute value of 18 is 18. Keep our subtraction sign. What is the absolute value of -5? It's 5 spots from 0, so it's going to be positive. Remember, distance is never negative. So then 18 minus 5 gives you 13. So that is the end of this lesson. We will talk about this more in class tomorrow.